Hey y'all, it's your favorite cousin. I got another spooky story for y'all. Grab your snacks. Come on, let's go. So this woman is from Texas. She said she's a huge paranormal fan. She said you name it, she's done it. Nothing can get her, nothing can ruffle her feathers. She said that she's not scared of anything, but lately she's been absolutely terrified. So she said that 3 years ago, she stayed at the Conjuring house. They let people do that. Why would you want to do that? I don't understand. We'll talk later. So she said that she went to the Conjuring house with her best friend, and she said that pretty much they allow people to come in and ghost hunt, set up all these devices and things like that, right? She said that tons of other people have done it before. So she thought it would be fun to do it with her friend. So her and her friend, they go, and she said that they fall asleep, and when they're sleeping, she wakes up to a burning sensation on her face. Now she jumps up, she grabs her phone, and she opens up the camera, and when she opened up the camera to see what was going on with her face, she saw a person standing behind her. Now, she turned around, to see if somebody was standing back there, and she didn't see anybody. So when she turned her face back towards the camera, she said it looked like her face was melted off. Fast forward to, she said now it's time for her and her friend to go home. Now, when they go home, they get on the plane. She said that her arms were like really heavy. She could barely move them. She didn't know why. So she asked for a Tylenol, and she was able to get a Tylenol. And, for the couple hours of the flight, she was able to, sleep peacefully. So fast forward to now, it's, she's arrived home and she lives by herself. She has a fairly large house for just one person. She said about a week after the trip, when she got home, weird things started happening. She said she was in the guest room grabbing some stuff. And she said that when she came out, she was walking past her room. And when she was walking past her room, she saw a figure laying across the bed. Just laying across your bed? Like, that's rude. She said she did a double take because she couldn't believe what she just saw. But when she walked in there, she said there was nothing there. So she went ahead and she pretty much shook it off and walked downstairs. She said when she walked downstairs, she heard like tapping, and it sounded like someone was walking behind her. So the tapping never stops. She goes back up the stairs and she tries to locate where the tapping is coming from. But before she got a chance, she said that she backed up against the banister and it felt like somebody was pretty much holding her down. Now, she said while her back is against the banister, she looks to her right and she sees something running towards her on all fours. And she said, and it is not an animal. She said it looks like a humanly figure got down on their hands and started running like an animal. She said that she ran downstairs, but she did not run outside the house. She wanted to run downstairs to see if maybe an animal did get in. Girl, be for real. Because where you live, where an animal just got in like that? Where you live? Fast forward, she said after that whole crazy thing happened, she didn't know what to do. So she went into her room for the night and locked her door and went to sleep. We gonna really talk. We really gonna talk. She said that when she got all snuggled in, rubbing her feet together, she said that she was just laying there, getting comfortable, and she was actually dozing off. Now, she said that when she was dozing off, she actually could see somebody open up her room door and walk in as if it was their house. So she said now that she's all snuggled up in her bed, she said that she's just laying there, trying to make sure she goes to sleep, trying to doze off. And she said as soon as she starts dozing, she feels somebody laying in the bed with her. Fast forward to, she said that after she felt somebody laying in bed with her, it's almost like she couldn't keep her eyes open and she just remembers going to sleep. She said the next morning she called her best friend and she was telling her best friend like the kind of things that were happening. She asked her best friend if those things were happening at her house, and she just wanted to know, am I the only one tripping? So I guess her best friend caught herself trying to be protective, which I get, I feel you. And so she said that she got over to her friend's house, to try to comfort her and calm her down because of all the crazy things happening in her house. Now, she said that when the best friend got there, it seems like the thing amplified. Like they were absolutely upset that the friend was there. She said that her and her best friend set pellets up downstairs in the living area, just to be close to each other. And they actually set up devices around the house to try to catch something. She said what they caught on a voice recording was it sounded like the whatever it is called her the B word and said that this is their house. Now, she's confused because even though she went to the Conjuring house, she said that she's a real paranormal fan. So she says she also has traveled to ton of other places full of paranormal activity. And she stayed the night, I think she said in the email, like at 3 different places. So she doesn't know where this thing came from, but she does know. She said she's been in that house for years now and it's never happened. So she does know she got it from somewhere. Baby, you played with fire. What's so enjoyable about traveling around investigating this kind of stuff? Like, I can understand the history and stuff behind it, it's interesting, but to actually visit the actual sites where this stuff happened, dangerous, baby, dangerous. Y'all are not gonna believe what happened last night. All right, now a lot of y'all don't know that I work at a hospital during the night, and so I ended up picking up in the float pool, and I got pulled to a different unit to sit instead of tech, right? So I'm sitting with this woman, and mentally she's having a really hard time. And so when she first got there, you know, everything was set up for her. She sits down, they hook her up to an IV, and she had to use the bathroom. So I take her to the bathroom, I follow behind her with the IV. She gets back to the bed. She wants it completely dark, right? I turn off all the lights and I'm sitting. And so while I'm sitting there and I'm scrolling through my phone, I look up because I feel movement, right? And I can see movement. And so I look up and she's standing straight up. Her hair is dark and she scared the crap out of me, right? I already don't like sitting in the dark. So then turn around and she lays down. She's having a hard time getting to sleep. Finally, she stops moving so much. So I'm like, okay, she fell to sleep. She's over there and I hear her in a hushed tone saying something under her breath. She's Middle Eastern. So I'm like, okay, she must be praying in her language. Maybe she isn't sleeping. Maybe she's praying. So I left it alone. But then I hear, help me. And so at first I was just like, no, she didn't say that. Like, why would she say that if she knows that I'm at her bedside? And then she was just like, help me, help me. So I jumped up and I threw the light on, like, what's wrong? Y'all, she wasn't even awake. She wasn't even awake. So then fast forward, I'm like trying to get her up, like trying to wake her up. I'm tapping her. I'm asking her if she's okay. Her eyes are still closed. And so then I got the nurse to come in there, her nurse. And when he came in there, he was just like, you know, trying to get her up, do the same thing I was doing. So finally she like looked over at him and opened her eyes. And she was just like, I'm trying to get to sleep. He was like, okay. Like, he didn't want no arguments. He like, okay. And he left out, turned the lights back out. I sit back down. And when I sat back down, I could see somebody sitting on her bed. Okay? Sitting on her bed while she's sleeping. This is what I be saying when I say, when y'all be like, oh, I wish that I had the gift that you had. No, you don't. I was in that room alone.